welcome back to Abstract Medicine. I hope you are all doing well. Let's have a look at the messages for you, for Valentine's, for Palentines, whatever it is that you're wanting this Valentine's Day, but also for this year. Let's have a look at what is going to be manifesting for you. So this is going to be a collective reading. I was thinking about doing a pick a pile, but we're just going to do an energy check-in before we go deep into the reading. So if the energy check-in seems like, oh yeah, that's definitely something that I resonate with, for example, then this would be a reading for you. Okay, so energy check-in, please, Spirit. Thank you, angels, ancestors, and guides, for the collective with regard to love. Okay. Energy check-in. So some of you are, I feel like some of you could be quite naive in love, or something, maybe someone has said that to you before, but you're actually not. You're actually very smart and you're very picky. So people in the past may have said, oh, you're really so-and-so, you're really, really picky about your love matches, your the people that you want to be with. And there's being picky, but there's also being selective, so it's kind of a different energy. Yeah, so I feel like a lot of you are feminine or are women, and I feel like you could look quite young for your age. I'm picking up on Gemini, Aquarius and Libra with the swords energy of air. This could also be you're quite curious about love, or you're quite curious about this reading. Okay, let's have a look, some more energy check-in. A lot of you do believe in traditional courting. So you believe in dating someone and then moving in with each other and then getting married. Like, you're quite traditional. And I think this is something that people find quite surprising about you. If this is so far resonating, then carry on. I feel like a lot of you have come into the moving in stages with the people. I'm hearing with the very few people that you've been with, and then it kind of went all tits up is exactly what I'm hearing. So it didn't go well after that. So most of you have broken up with someone with whom you moved in you moved into each other's houses, essentially. We have the Empress. I do feel like a lot of you are incredibly attractive. You have a lot of suitors, you have a lot of admirers, you have a lot of choice, I'm hearing. So this is also something that finds the opposite sex or even same-sex partnerships potentials very alluring and attractive about you. And because you know this, you are very, very picky about the people that you want to entertain emotionally, entertain physically and intimately, and even entertain intellectually. There's something about you studying, researching, something about you that loves to investigate, something about you that loves to learn. You, again, are quite traditional. I feel like there's something about you that's also very... People have said to you that you're very conniving, or may have said this behind your back, but actually you're not. You're very smart, you're very observant, you're very intellectual, you're very cultured, and you like to investigate people. You don't give yourself away freely. Now, maybe in your past you were someone that gave your energy, your physical body away freely, and your emotional and present energetic time freely. But I feel like you are coming into maturity right now. You're coming into more further emotional intelligence right now about being more selective with the people that you meet. I also do feel like there are lots of people that admire you, but I have a lot of fantasies about you. I do feel like a lot of you have also moved away from connections that just weren't vibing. I think especially when you moved in with each other, that was the kind of marker that told all, I'm hearing, that said enough and said everything. So you heavily invested in a connection or in connections. And I feel like there are 2 or 3 significant connections in your life where you moved into the next stage, which is moving in with each other. And that's when it just went tits up. It didn't go well. And so you were like, okay, I'm just going to cut my losses and move on. I am picking up on a lot of you who are feminines here, or who are women specifically. So if that really resonates for you, with this Taurus energy here, with this Libra energy here, with this Pisces energy here, with this Gemini, Aquarius and Libra energy, as I mentioned earlier, then this will resonate. But if you're not resonating with those specific star signs, it's the energy of luxury, it's the energy of your own, you knowing your own mind, you knowing your own person, you really know yourself, you know your worth. And if this energy resonates for you, then let's continue with the reading. So what's coming up in love, spirit, for the collective who resonate with this energy? The Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, so a lot of you are continuing forward with the energy of independence, with an understanding of, yeah, I know my worth, and I'm going to continue being very selective and picky and choosy, and I'm going to hold back from putting myself out there in a way that is, you know, that's how do I say, desperate. So I feel like a lot of you are very aware of your worth, and you are going to continue to be proud about that, and you're going to be continuing to be selective about, you know, who is really worthy of your energy. So I feel like you're keeping your cards to your chest. You're going to, in your next relationship, you're going to continue to be independent and abundant. But in your next relationship, you're going to be very, how do I say? You're going to go slow with your next connection. You're going to go very slow in your next connection in love. Like slower than you would normally go. And it's because you're coming from a place of caution and wounding and trauma. Now, your next connection involves someone who is very, very, very alluring, very attractive, very sexy, very fiery, very masculine. Now, this is someone who knows what they want and they come and get it. So I do feel like this person, can you see how this person is looking at them and they're looking at them? So I feel like you are throwing bullets at other suitors that you just are not interested. You're shutting them down quickly. Whereas this one, it's like, oh, okay, hello. You know, there's something there here. And I feel like this person has the hots for you, and you're attracted by that. You're not only attracted by them paying you attention, it's not just that, of course, because you know your worth. Just because someone pays you attention doesn't mean you like have to go and sleep with them immediately. This is more about, okay, there's something about you that I find quite interesting. Let me just entertain this for a second. But I feel like, yeah, there's someone here who you find very attractive. You're very magnetized towards this person. This person carries a lot of masculine energy. They could also be someone who's in the public eye, very fiery. They say what they mean to say, and they're very passionate about whatever it is that they do, and they come across with a lot of fire. So this is a Leo energy potentially, an Aries energy potentially, or even a Sagittarius energy. Now we have this person who's a natural leader. This is someone who's very successful in what they do and very self-confident. All right, so let's keep going. This could be someone who's also mature as well. This could be someone who's older or carries an energy of maturity about them. Your next connection is going to make you really happy. This is definitely, for a lot of you who resonate with this energy, end game. So this is someone who's going to bring in a lot of fire. This is someone who is also going to bring a lot of happiness and joy and a sense of innocence about you in this connection. This person wants the same things as you. I feel like they want a family with you, they want to have children with you, and they they mean what they say. So they deliver their lines. So this could be someone who's even an actor. They deliver their lines and they take action on their lines, because this is someone who's very action orientated. Yeah, the Sun card is Leo energy very strongly. This is someone who will definitely make you happy and will revere you as a goddess that you are, as a goddess that you are. So I feel like a lot of you, if you are carrying the feminine energy, the feminine archetype specifically, say for example you're a same-sex partnership, you carry the feminine energy the most, the feminine urge the most. Or if you are a woman and you carry a lot of feminine energy yourself, this is someone who is going to carry the very strong masculine type. You know, they're very driven, they're very passionate, they take action on what they mean and what they want and what they say. So this is someone who's going to be your balancing person. This is someone who's going to be very balanced. Now the Sun card, as we know, is very joyous, very happy. This is someone who has kind of good banter, and they carry a line, I'm hearing again. They are jokey, but you actually find their humor very complimentary. So we have happiness and positivity. This is end game. This is the success match. This is a lot of vitality and clarity. So they're also very virile. They're very fertile like you are. And I feel like, you know, sexually speaking, you could end up having children with this person immediately. So I would pay attention to that if that's not something you're wanting already. This is someone who's going to help heal you from your past pains big time. Now you and this person could be going through healing breakup, a recent breakup, not with each other but with significant other people. And I feel like with the Pluto energy here, you could be meeting this person around the summer months or even autumn months, October, November time. I also feel like this is someone who carries a lineage, a very important lineage, very important ancestry, and you yourselves do too. I do feel like, you know, initially you may not necessarily feel spiritually connected, energetically connected, but I actually do feel like you carry past life energy with each other with the Pluto energy. It runs really deep. I do feel like some of you could also be going through mourning of a relationship, mourning of a now ancestor, a relative, a friend even. This could be someone who is also mourning the loss of something big in their life. And I feel like there's healing here. Now, Pluto energy is also ancestral wealth, and also, you know, making a lot of money, maybe even through like self-initiated. So this could be a self-made man, self-made woman, self-made person kind of energy. So you could be very self-independent and you come together in order to increase each other's wealth. So this is about prosperity through marriage. So this is about abundance, financial stability, wealth, riches through coming together. This is an enhancement of your connection rather than a depletion. I do feel like a lot of you who've been with other partners, there has been a non-balance with the partnership. You overgave and they depleted your energy. You know, I feel like a lot of you resonate with this energy. So in this connection, this is definitely end game. This is the last chapter in your dating life. This is the last chapter in your dating life. And we have Judgment card. So it's really interesting that this card comes in, the Judgment card comes in after death, because that's supposedly how it goes when we leave this physical life, this physical vessel, our body. When we die, we are judged by our actions, we're judged by how we lived our lives, and the measure of the weight of our heart, is our heart lighter than a feather? You know, when we meet Bastet, when we meet the judge, you know. And so I do feel like a lot of you who resonate with this energy, both of you, this counterpart, I do feel like this is a monogamous relationship, by the way. So I feel like a lot of you will see that both of you have had similar experiences or even traumas or pains that run really deep, and you aren't karmically aligned. You don't need to have to be with each other in order to learn more difficult lessons. This is actually that you've had those difficult lessons and you're now coming into the energy of like, okay, I found home here, you know, I found happiness here, I found joy here, and I know the reasons why I've had all those other horrible experiences and those triggers and those lessons and those harsh pains and all of those things, so that we could be together. This is very romantic. This is very true. This is a very truthful connection with the Judgment card here. I do feel like this is divinely guided. I feel like this is particularly guided by Archangel Michael. So this could also be a renewal. So this is the energy of you both awaken each other. You both become rejuvenated with each other with the Sun card and the Judgment card. You are filling each other's cups by not being emotionally and physically, mentally, financially codependent. So you've both learnt those codependent tendencies from other counterpart connections, and now when you come together, you're like, yeah, you're a breath of fresh air. You are the breath of life. You are fresh energy. You are rejuvenating. You are a breath of fresh air. You know, you're both seeing each other like that. I do feel like you have a spooky side to each other. Like you may have had psychic awareness or dreams or telepathic connection with this person before they even physicalized in your life. And I feel like this is what's coming through. I do feel, again, that this is a balanced connection that's coming through. Let me see if there's anything else. I feel like your ancestors are bringing this connection through as well. Okay, let's have a look at the astrology reading cards. What is it? Let's get some strong signs here. Thank you, Spirit. So we have the 7th house. How amazing. We have the 7th house of partnerships here and the 2nd house. So this is a reading about love and partnership. And we have the 7th house in astrology, which is all about partnerships. So this area of your life is about long-term significant partners, romantic business, or family. Okay, let's have a read of this particular card. So if you don't know astrology, don't worry about it. But you may have your 7th house in Leo. You may have Leo, Sagittarius, Aries in your 7th house in your astrology chart, your personal astrological chart. You may have those signs in that particular placement very strongly. You may even have Scorpio in that particular placement, or even you carry a lot of specifically Taurus, Libra and Pisces very strongly. I'm also hearing mother. So they, like, you may have lots of females around you who look up to you and they're like mother, like mother, like M-O-T-H-A, like mother, you know. So you carry this energy of mother, you know, in more ways than one. So let's have a look. 7th house. Cool. If you're finding this reading supportive, then you may wish to tip me or book a reading personally about your private love situation or whatever else it is that you're wanting to look into. Thank you so much. So the 7th house is the area of your life concerned with the significant other, and there is a focus on them. Traditionally, it was about one's husband or wife and public enemies, although it might seem a little strange to put them together. Digging a little deeper, this house is about the adjustment of enmity, hostility, and animosity, but that requires further explanation. Okay, there's an energy of yin and yang here. There's an energy of balance here. Beautiful. The act of relating runs the gamut from deep affection and harmony to hatred and fighting. For in order for us to hate someone, we have to have a relationship of sorts with them. yeah? So we are having an emotional response to them, so they stir us in some way. Even if the emotion is not a desirable one, for the opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. We are indifferent to someone, they are not, if we are indifferent to someone, they are not found in our 7th house, for they aren't important enough. The 7th house is the person across from us with whom we seek to have a dialogue and relate better. This could be a business partner or even a family member, but it is usually a long-term romantic partner, whether or not we are married to them. This type of relating recognizes and exposes differences. It is about trying to balance things with commitment and restraint, which can be a bit of a struggle. But in this area of your life, you are aware of the great need to like and share with another as you try to sort things out. If there is no partner in your life, this card can mean that you are due to meet one. To bring this to fruition, you should lift your eyes up and look into the eyes of everyone who walks towards you. In this way, you will attract the soul you are meant to meet. Beautiful energy. I also was hearing game recognizes game, and this is checkmate. So a lot of you, this is end game, and you recognize each other's as mirrored souls. Beautiful energy. So you take that as you resonate with that energy of, you know, twin flame or soul flame or soulmate, whatever it is that you want, but to resonate with in terms of the terminology, but it's the energy of game recognizes game. I also want to say that you may have those fire signs in your 7th house, or even Scorpio, which is the fiery water sign, in the 7th house, or even Taurus or Libra or Pisces in the 7th house, but it could be the opposite. So I'm gonna run down through the opposites of those signs. Okay, so the opposites of Leo is Aquarius. So you may have your Jupiter in Aquarius. No, so write this down. Okay, you may have Jupiter in your Aquarius because he's the father. He is your long-term partner. Mars are F boys. Okay, just so you know. Or F girls if you are same-sex partnership. So if you're wanting long-term relationship, you're wanting this energy, then you got to look at your Jupiter and your your Jupiter. For the male, for men, for masculine energy, it's Venus. Okay, so you may have your Venus in Aquarius if you have Jupiter or the 7th house in Leo in the 7th house. You may have, with the opposite of Sagittarius, that could be Gemini. Okay, so you might have Gemini in Jupiter or Gemini in Venus. You may have Aries, right, which is the opposite of Aries is, wait, what is the opposite of Aries? Because Scorpio is Taurus, so we'll do that. So there's Taurus, so you may have Scorpio or Taurus. Why am I blanking out? Why am I blanking out right now? It's a weird one, isn't it? It's like, it's the one that you don't expect. So what is the opposite of, I can't believe I'm blanking out right now. The opposite of, let me just look at this. Okay, so the opposite of Aries, yeah, is Libra. Yeah, so you might have Libra in your Jupiter or your Venus. Okay, so those are signs there. So I think I've gone through all of them. Let's have a look at the 2nd house. So the 2nd house, your assets, finances, and the things that you value. Now, I did say that with the Pluto energy, didn't I? I said you come together and you expand and amplify your wealth, your riches with each other. So you could both be financially independent, but you come together and you expand on that. This is great wealth. This could also be lineage, ancestry as well. So let's have a look. 2nd house. The 2nd house card concerns the real world and concrete things of substance that you consider your own, for they belong to you and no one else. such things as your possessions, money, income, and resources. Now, this is very Taurus coded and Scorpio coded, okay? Pluto coded. Pluto and this Leo and Jupiter energy and Pisces energy is fame as well, by the way. Okay, so we want these things to be permanent, stable, and secure. But if this area of life is implicated in the matter, either your security is involved or perhaps your potential to lose or gain money, it may involve something that you own that is very close to your heart. Okay, owning something affirms our existence, giving a sense of safety and substance. Our earning potential is important for our security, and this area of your life is important to you now. I also want to say that because you have been working on your personal self-value and increasing that awareness, like, okay, no, my value is a lot, like I have high value. And so because you've been so selective and quote unquote picky, as your enemies would say, you are attracting a game recognizes game, a mirrored energy where that person also recognizes their value too. And they've also gone through the same thing, where they've been very selective with whom they've wanted to be with. And they kind of ran a test with those people going, yep, check, check, check. And as soon as they moved in with each other, it didn't run smoothly. And I'm hearing Shakespeare's never did the story of love run smooth. I'm paraphrasing, but anyway, Shakespeare says something along those lines. So you've both been through rough paths in life. What is it that you're bringing to the table? You know, those are the kind of questions that you're intuitively, consciously asking that person energetically. And they're also thinking the same too. Like, are they a match? Like, you know, you have your own home, they have their own home, you have your own assets, they have their own assets, you have your own principles and ethics, and your moral standing and your possessions is also like, what do you believe in? Your beliefs are very strong, let's say. They're kind of very grounded at this point in your own emotional, mental maturity. And they also have the same too. Like, do you possess the same moral, ethical, cultural beliefs, you know? And so you do when you do meet, you find that out. And that will just continue to compound, it will increase in wealth. Beautiful energy. The planet card in this reading represents the part of your personality that is engaged in the matter, and the zodiac sign could represent the energy around you. Both of these could be involved with your innate potential to make money. So this is Taurus energy, right? And Pluto, as I said, Scorpio. Gain possessions, secure something for yourself, or perfect the body. That's very Libra, very Venusian as well. So this could be, you know, where, like, say for example, you're a Libra or, you know, like Pisces or Taurus, and you're like all about beauty and wanting to enhance your assets, your physical attributes, and this person ends up happens to be a cosmetic surgeon. And they're like, yeah, I can fix your nose, don't worry about it. You know, so that I mean, it's a silly, trivial idea, but it's an example that would match, you know. So you could have considerable success in this area now. Another interpretation could be that of desire, and if in this case, then you want to own or possess the beloved physically or lustily. Pay attention to your assets, desires, and needs now, and you can assure the best outcome for yourself. All right, cool. Let's have a look at the Romance Angels cards with regard to love, please, for the collective. Romance, endgame, partnership, please. Thank you so much. Let's have a look first what you're leaving behind. I want to have a look at that. Okay, I want to have a look at that. What are you leaving behind? What are you leaving behind, collective? Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So what you're leaving behind is you always giving, you always initiating, you always, yeah. making it known. You're always making it aware. You're always making it easy for the other partner. You're always chasing as well. What else are you leaving behind? Relationships just based on chemistry. Yeah, so you're leaving behind the idea that just because you have chemistry with each other, that's love. And love isn't just chemicals in our body, okay, and our mind. Love is more than that. What are you entering into? So right now you are paying attention to the red flags. So the signs are cautioning you. So what you are understanding right now, I would say, is that you are very observant here with the Princess of Swords, which you mentioned earlier, where you're very cautious, you're very strategic, you're very quote unquote picky, which is what your enemies would say. Pay attention to your friends, and your friend groups are going to be changing too as you elevate and you move into this further frequency of continued enhancement, not only of your physical attributes, your beauty, but your standing as well, your societal standing, because you have high value. So you're being cautioned by red flags, not only in your courting phases with people that are hitting you up and sliding into your DMs, but also your friends as well. Pay attention to the red flags in your friends, because a lot of these friends could also be enemies. I feel like a lot of you are lone wolves. These two cards want to come out. Yeah, I did say with the Death card, you're moving into a relationship where, you know, you had a past life relationship with this person. You understand, you have deep currents between each other energetically, and you're both very intense. So a lot of you both understand, like, yeah, you're both very physically attractive and you have things going on in your life and you're very stable and you're admired by many, but you're actually a very deep person. You could also be psychic as well. You have a lot of intensity about you that many of your recent or your past relationships, your past partners, weren't able to penetrate that depth within you. And it's not just physical, it's the depth of your psyche, the depth of your being. And this person understands that because they've lived lives with you before. This is your soulmate, this is your twin. And of course, relationships, you know, always have their ups and downs, but I would say mainly this is a very balanced relationship where you'll have more ups and downs, if that makes sense. This isn't like, okay, we're gonna have this full-blown argument and then we kiss and make up. It's not that, because that's a traumatic bonding. That's a karmic traumatic bonding. It's not healthy and that's toxic. This is more about a relationship that's based on harmony, based on understanding, reciprocity, respect, physical and intimate and spiritual depth as well. So this is really having it all with the Sun card as well and the Death card here. Beautiful energy. You have known each other before. Give your relationship a chance. So I do feel like there's someone in your past who wants to keep coming back in order to lure you into a relationship with each other. And as I say that, there's two birds that are flying in the sky, wood pigeons. You're going to be met with a choice. Okay, you're going to be met with a choice between your recent past connection, who is delusional about you, or you may have to choose between them and this new relationship, this new partner. And I feel like that's kind of the ultimate battle, the ultimate test that Spirit is going to be warning you about, whether you're going to pass it or not, because ultimately you have free will. So I do see that you get to choose whether you want to go from your past connection that was mainly based on chemistry and like fire and explosion, and then come, you know, and they may have also been a soulmate relationship, but it was really based on a karmic relationship. It was hard lessons, and there was a lot of coming back and coming together. This is a relationship that's going to support your nervous system. Okay, this is a relationship that's going to support the healing. This person's going to heal you without being codependent. Does that make sense? So you're going to be choosing one or the other. Okay, so, and then moving forward, this person is going to be making the effort towards you. Can you see that now that in this card we have the male moving into the feminine's energy and aura? This person is very loyal. We have a dog here. They may have a dog, or you may have a dog. The dog is also a symbol of boundaries and a spirit who may have been protecting you from negative energy as well. So give thanks to your angels about this. I do feel like when you least expect it, this person's going to be coming into your life. When you attract rather than chase, this person's going to be coming into your life, this new person, and this person will absolutely adore you. You may not necessarily see it coming, but I'm seeing here through this reading, if you resonate, please do tip me. Please book a reading. You can use your voucher code as well if you're wanting to book a reading with me. And consider also doing sketchbook club, which is a form of manifestation, magic, law of attraction, as well as art therapy and art class. So make sure to book that reading and book those sessions as well. All the information is on the website. We have deception. So the last card is someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship, and it's the person from your past. This person is an unhealed person from your past. So it's another message about holding your boundaries and the signs cautioning you. So make sure to pay attention to the red flags. It's not just about passion. It's not just about physical chemistry. This person, however, is going to bring out a lot of your own passion, your own desires. They're gonna bring out the best of you, whereas the last person brought out the worst of you. Okay, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Let's get one more card, please, Spirit. Thank you. Let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. So Spirit is saying that you can let it go, allow the situation to unfold as it's meant to, with divine time, and just see what happens. Have fun with it. You know, if anything, enjoy your life and revel in self-nourishing, self-loving modalities, and enjoy being single for this moment, because I don't think it's going to last very long. But see how it unfolds, beautiful souls. I'm wishing you so much love and wealth your way, and I'll see you in your personal reading and the next collective reading. Thank you so much. God bless. Take care. Bye for now.